This art, I cover a K-pop routine with Malay traditional gesture. It's fire!
But the Malay Student Society said this might disrespect tradition.
I got rejected too. My woman in STEM talk was deemed too modern for this festival.
Like you see, in my family group chat, my aunt is shaming my cousin for wearing a short dress to a wedding.
So, traditions are just frozen in time. That's so backward.
But abandoning traditions completely, my grandpa's COVID notebook has predicted every life crisis ahead.
Look how the Japanese club blended anime with kabuki theater. Why can't we do that?
Actually, there's a third way. Look at these successful hybrids.
So, we are not breaking tradition, we are updating them.
Oh, I can redesign the dance. We can act out the Hardcore legend through K-pop move.
Traditional 2.0, where roots meet wings.
Culture is not a museum exhibit, it's our living, breathing question.
Globalization is changing how young people in post-colonial societies see themselves. While growing up with traditional values like respect for elders, family duty, and cultural rituals, many youths are also deeply influenced by Western ideas that includes individual freedom, self-expression, and digital trends. These opposing values can create inner conflict. Some start to feel disconnected from their roots. Others struggle with guilt while embracing modern lifestyle. The result is often confusion about who they are and what values they should follow. Our report explores 4 philosophical frameworks that help us understand the struggle. Number 1. Post-colonial theory shows how colonial history still shape identity. Number 2. Moral relativism explains why some young people adopt a pick-and-choose approach to values. Number 3. Communitarianism reminds us that morality is rooted in shared tradition and community bonds. And the last one is virtual ethics focus on developing moral characters through practice like honesty, kindness, and self-discipline. National philosophies such as Rukun Negara in Malaysia offered grounded alternatives to Western norms. They emphasize unity, mutual respect, and cultural pride. When these philosophies are taught through schools, stories, and digital media, young people can begin to feel that tradition is not something to escape, but something to build on. Instead of choosing between modernity and tradition, more youth are creating hybrid identities. They speak different languages, mix old custom with new styles, and use social media to share their culture in creative ways. This shows us that one important thing, which is tradition and modern life do not have to be enemies. They can work together to help young people stay rooted while moving forward.
My aunt's voice message attacking my cousin's genes epitomized what I analyzed in the post-colonial identity section. This isn't just about clothing, it's about how colonialism taught generations to equate Westerners with modernity. As I cite from the Zi study, 68% of post-colonial youth feel ashamed of traditional practice, seeing them as backward. Next, in Malaysia, this manifests when urban youth dismiss Malay proverbs as kampong talk, or when Indian millennials hide their mother tongue to sound professional. My research documents how this internalized hierarchy persists through education system and media. But when Jian dared to silence with K-pop, she proved tradition can evolve without dying. Because true decolonization begins when we stop singing our culture as museum exhibits, but as living systems.
Hi everyone, my name is Fong Ling. Today, I'd like to discuss how globalization is creating a moral crossroads for young people in post-colonial societies. We are seeing traditional community values increasingly compete with Western individualism, leading many youth to adopt moral relativism. The belief that morality depends on cultural context. While this promotes tolerance, it also risks leaving young people without clear ethical guidance. This tension is evident in places like Nigeria, self-expressions challenge respect for elders, and in India, where career ambitions conflict with family duties. Fortunately, there are meaningful alternatives emerging. Society are finding ways to perceive their core values while engaging with global influence. Malaysia Rukun Negara, Africa Membantu Philosophy, and Because We Are, and Indonesia Pancasila all demonstrate how cultural foundation can remain strong in a globalized world. Nigeria young perfectly illustrate this balance. They might reject arranged marriage but still seek family approval or become successful global entrepreneurs while investing in their local communities. The real challenge lies in making traditional values resonate in today's media-saturated world. Some effective approach we are seeing include Ghana Years of Return, celebration that revitalize cultural pride, Singapore modern interpretations of Confucius value emphasizing mutual respect, and Japan enduring Bushido code that adapt ancient virtue to contemporary life. Ultimately, the solution isn't about choosing between traditions and modernity, but finding the right balance. This means incorporating cultural philosophies into education, supporting media that blends local and global perspective, and most importantly, encouraging dialogue between generations. By taking this local approach, both global and local, young people can maintain their moral foundations while fully participating in our interconnected world. Thank you.
This rejection letter represents the three challenges I identify in promoting virtue ethics, which is generational disconnect, urban bias, and rigid pedagogy. When elders dismiss my STEM talk as unfeminine, they freeze virtues like courage and wisdom in outdated forms. But as my research on Japan's Bushido evolution proves, virtues are adaptable. Samurai honor became corporate ethics. Sword skills transformed into business strategy. Similarly, Malaysia's Pendidikan moral curriculum could evolve from rote memorization to applied critical thinking. Our skits' Japanese anime, Kabuki poster wasn't random. It exemplifies how traditions stay relevant by embracing new mediums. Exactly what Seng's Tradition 2.0 proposal operationalized.
Hi guys, my name is Seng and I'm going to talk about how young people try to balance tradition and modern life. In a globalized world, a lot of us grow up hearing two very different sets of value. At home, we are taught to respect our elders, follow our religion, and put family first. But then we go online or talk to our friends, and we are surrounded by Western ideas like being independence and freedom. These two words don't always match, and that can make us feel stuck. Some people feel like tradition is too strict, but at the same time, they might feel guilty for living a lifestyle their parents don't understand. It's confusing. But nowadays, more and more people are not picking just one side. They are missing both and creating what we call hybrid identities. That means keeping your root but still living part of the modern world. For example, like someone might speak their mother tongue at home but use English with friends. Or they still celebrate tradition festival but dress in their own modern style. It's not about rejecting anything. It's about finding a balance that feels true to who you are. And here in Malaysia, it's the same. We switch between Malay English and Chinese and even dialect like Hokkien or Cantonese, just depending on who we are talking to. There's also a kind of hybrid identities. So tradition and modernity don't have to be enemies. If we take the best from both, we are create something meaningful for ourselves. Now, let's talk about the role of education. In today's world where Western values are seen as standard, education can actually help students reflect on the beliefs they grew up with. Schools are not just for learning facts anymore. They also help students think about deeper questions like, what does culture really mean to me? Or, are our traditions still relevant today? For example, in moral education classes, teachers can encourage students ask things like, why do we still follow these traditions? And this kind of discussion help young people think for themselves instead of just copying what they see online or what adults tell them. Not only education, media also shapes young people deal with tradition and modern value. On apps like TikTok or Instagram, they see Western ideas like beauty, success, and lifestyle every day. Sometimes this creates pressure, like feeling they need to dress a certain way or follow trends that don't match their family values. But at the same time, many youths are using social media to share their own culture. Things like traditional food, clothes, or belief in ways that feel modern and personal. So even though they are influenced by global trends, they are not losing their culture. They are finding new ways to express it on platforms that they use every day.